Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. Today is Friday. Woohoo! It is March 27th. I'm your host, Dani Gurrie. Welcome to a Friday. Oh, goodness. I have needed this Friday more than you probably know. You guys too. I don't know. This week seems like it was a big week. A lot going on, and I missed my brother for sure. Yes, he'll be back Tuesday. So yeah, just getting adjusted, learning to do things. I know I can do it. I did it for a long time without him, but he does add a little difference to the show for sure. All right, today's show, we got a lot going on today. I'm going to go over what's happening in Frederick. We got Dr. Bunmi Adewunmi, Mercy Seat Medical. I call her Dr. A. A lot of people call her Dr. Bunmi. And she is amazing. And I think you will really love her. And look, she is phenomenal in the sense that right now you can get an appointment, book it online. You can get one within 48 hours. So if your doctor's telling you 3 months from now, you might want to look at her. She's right in Walkersville. Gail from the Mail-In Lottery joins me today with Julia Chiplis and Gia Coakley. Those are two Frederick County winners who are artists in the Maryland Treasures scratch-offs. And they talk about how they found out about the competition, and yeah, not so bad. They got some cash for having their artwork appear on the Maryland Treasures scratch-offs. And then Monica Rose is a psychic and animal communicator, and she talks with me about my animals, and we talk with her about what her talents are and the gift that she has for people. All right, don't forget, when you buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, Frederick Rescue Mission gets the proceeds. You can purchase online right now, Frederick, promocircus.com/shop. And yeah, we've got, this is show 497, 3 shows to 500. And I'm so excited. We're going to have a great time next week. I'm picking up the 500th show shirts. Those and I'll show you those as well. Got a lot of great stuff going on for you. But meanwhile, let's get this thing started so we can be closer to 5 o'clock.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
All right, let's find out what is happening in Frederick.
Sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors. Serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank. Anything that you put on your floor, they can handle it. Check out their Google reviews and give them a call today. 301-948-9663. That's 301-948. Wood. Be sure to ask for Jeff Koger or go to atlaswoodfloors.net.
Oh, yeah. All right. Do you want to head to the Hyperlocal Brew Fest? It's at Rockwell Brewery and features not only Rockwell beers, but other beers as well. There's going to be vendors, flash tattoos, food trucks, live screen printing of T-shirts, and live music, of course. $5 to get in. I'll happily give you a pair of tickets. All you have to do is text local to 888-465-2944. That's 888-465-2944. We're going to give you until through Monday, and then we'll select our winners, and you and some friends can be headed to the Hyperlocal Brew Fest for sure. All right, let's see. Highlighted events, just to give you an update of what's going on. Right now, through the 29th, it's the Block Party at the Delaplane Arts Center. Really cool event where there are creations made from Legos and other materials. You can vote for your favorite, which is a fundraiser for the Delaplane. Really cute, though. I think this has a really big opportunity to grow into something pretty cool. All right, tonight it is the Battle for South Mountain happening at Middletown High School. It's the Brunswick staff versus the Middletown staff. Doors open at 5:45, games at 6:30. And the ultimate winner is the Mental Health Association. But Brunswick staff is down 2-0, so hopefully they can pull this one off. On Wednesday, we have our 2-year anniversary party for Good Morning Frederick, celebrating 500 shows and 2 years streaming. I was just looking the other day at the at our YouTube channel. I'm sorry, I'm a little foggy this morning. And over 3,800 pieces of content on the Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel. We are just over 2,000 subscribers. Our goal is to get to 3,000 this year. I think we're at 2,060 or something like that. And we'd love for you to be a part. We got a lot of content streaming on that channel. 7 different podcasts. Tonight at 7 p.m., you can see Spiritual Signs of Metaphysical Minds. Bridget and Alexis stream. And we're going to start rebroadcasting or restreaming some of the shows of the week during the weekends as well. But all you got to do is go on to that Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel and search for somebody in Frederick. I probably have talked to them, and if I haven't, please tell them to reach out to me. I'd love to get them on the show. And then 1 week from Monday, we have our countywide adult egg hunt that starts. I have to laugh because as I was doing events, I see that I think it's this Parks and Rec, I'm not sure for the city or the county, is also doing an adult egg hunt. So I think we've started a trend, which is awesome. I love it because, when adults don't get too much fun. And actually, speaking of adults and egg hunting and all that stuff, because I've seen there's a beer egg hunt that's going on. That is with Reforge. That comes up, I think, in May. But I've seen a lot of social media about adults being upset at their parents for not getting Easter baskets. Now, My sister actually said, well, put on social media that my nephew turns 18 and should he still get an Easter basket? And there were many comments on that. And I've seen this on social of 30 and 40-year-olds who still get Easter goodies from their parents. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. That's really kind of funny. But anyway, we like the adults, like, we don't get that much. So if someone is still around to gift us with an egg hunt or some goodies, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But we got to thank Uncle Ralph's Bakery, Fourth Dimension Fun Center, and A&S Construction. Next week, we're really going to get into the hows, the whys, the wheres, how it all works, what you got to do to get potentially $500 in cash, Maryland Lottery scratch. If you find an egg, you're getting a prize. We'll include some Good Morning Frederick merch. We've also got tons of gift cards and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's a great event. I love it. All right. Tonight, also 6 to 8 p.m., the Silver Vox Film and Music Festival. Remember, we met the girls from the music festival that's coming. There is a volunteer mixer tonight from 6 to 8 at 228 North Market Street. If you are interested in finding out more about this music and film festival, go check it out. And just going doesn't sign you up for anything, of course. You can just find out more information. 8 o'clock, DJ Genius is kicking it up at Rockwell Brewery for Girls Night Out. And at 8 o'clock, Seventh Sister is having a speakeasy concert series with the Mark Nichols Group. Tomorrow, we have our Car Washes for Causes. You can sign up for a monthly membership at the TJ Drive location of Fusion Car Wash, and Wags for Hope is going to get 40% of that amount. That's pretty amazing. So sign up your cars tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the TJ Drive location. Now, your membership is good at both locations, TJ Drive and Spectrum Drive. At 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Easter Bunny breakfast at the Brunswick Volunteer Fire Company. And at 9, you can head over to the bake sale at Carroll Manor Fire Company. At 10 a.m., Arch is having a story time. They are at 125 East All Saints Street. And at from 10 until noon, there is a youth fishing rodeo at Color Lake for kids 3 to 15 years old. You want to bring your own equipment, I'm going to guess, because they don't have a lot of stuff, but be cool to kind of fish at Color Lake. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's the nonprofit weekend tomorrow and Sunday at Tree Trekkers. If you have worked for a nonprofit, maybe you volunteer for a nonprofit, you can get your tickets for just $25, which is a great deal. At 1 o'clock, you can head to South Mountain Overlook to celebrate Carlia's 20th sobriety anniversary. First of all, so proud of her. It's a tough road. And because of her journey, she started Andrea's House. So they are requesting donations to Andrea's House when you get there. But it is up to you. But she is an amazing woman, and so proud of all the stuff that she has done and giving back to Frederick. It just shows that you aren't the path that you're on, per se, right? You can make a mistake. You can, veer off the road, and it doesn't define you. You define it. 7 to 10:30, it is the Mets Retro Prom at Tally Rec Center. All right. Continuing on Sunday, 9 to 5, Car Washes for Causes benefits Helping Hands and Caring Hearts. You can head to Brunch Club at the Warehouse Cinemas in Frederick and see She's the Man. That is a good retro movie. At 1 o'clock, check this out. It's called Godfather Sunday, happening at JoJo's. There is an Italian dinner and screening of The Godfather at 1, and then The Godfather Part 2 at 4:30. You could spend your day at JoJo's eating amazing food and having some cool drinks as well. On March, oh, that should have been March. I think it's Monday. What is my the 30th, not the 13th. That's pretty funny. Oh boy. The Creative Hive Happy Hour is happening at Benstown on I think it's Monday. I'll have to double check. Now, wait a minute, what does it say? Yeah, Tuesday. That should have been the 31st, not the 13th. The Tuesday, the 31st. Creative Hive Happy Hour is happening at Benstown. That's so funny. All right. We talked about the anniversary show on April 1st, April 4th. Planting the spring veggie garden with the Frederick County Master Gardeners happens from 10 to noon. And the Hyperlocal Brewfest is happening at Rockwell. And April 6th, you got to watch so that you can get the details for the adult egg hunt, countywide adult egg hunt. Oh boy. All right. Well, I think I just did about that, especially the 30th. What did I put? The 13th. That's a good date. All right. We're going to take a quick break. And then let's see. We are coming back with Dr. A from Mercy Seat Medical. We got Gail and the ladies from Frederick County, the artists who are on the Maryland Treasures Scratch Off. And then Monica Rose, who's an animal communicator, evaluates my animals, and we talk a little bit about what she does as well. All of that is coming up right after
What
this.
makes for a perfect custom engagement ring? Truly understanding the elements that make a ring that's perfect for you. Custom by Colonial. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right. I recently met Dr. A, actually, and I've run into her a couple of times around town as well. Very excited to introduce you to her. It's Mercy Seat Medical is her practice, and she's right in Walkersville. Here she is.
Mercy Seat Medical, and we are in Walkers Village Way in Walkersville. This is Dr. Adewunmi.
Thank you.
Did I say it right? No,
You said it right. That is good.
Adewunmi?
That is good. Thank you
Dr.
so much.
A. That's what we're going to say. You worked very hard to get that doctor, so we'll get that right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, you're a nurse practitioner.
Absolutely.
And we were just talking about how it's just shy
Mhm.
of a medical doctor doing all the things, but you
Right.
do all the things pretty much. Been in school you went to school for a long time for
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Thank you for coming to Frederick.
Thank you.
What brought you to Walkersville?
So basically, initially I used to live in PG County,
Okay.
and then we moved to Frederick County
Okay.
because of the school system for my kids.
All right.
And then I got a job not far from here, I think Thomas Johnson Drive,
All right.
and I was there for
That's kind of like
maybe-
Medical Central
Yeah,
for Frederick, isn't it?
It is like that is where everything is.
Yeah.
So I was working there, and then I'm like, no, I can do this by myself. And then I'm like, okay, I'm
like
gonna go into the vicinity because, like I said, I was new
Yeah.
in Frederick County as a whole.
Yeah.
So I started driving around, and I saw this shopping complex, and I'm like, okay, this place is good. I don't want to be in that
Yeah.
Thomas Johnson
Yeah.
Drive at that time. And I'm like, okay, then this place is cool.
This is great
Yeah.
because you become kind of a community doctor, right?
Mhm.
When you are here in Walkersville, it's just a little bit outside of that,
Yeah,
but you become a
absolutely.
space that's central.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just first of all amazing. We're glad that you chose Frederick County. What do you think about Frederick?
It's cool.
Yeah. First of all, you
It's
look
cool.
12, so I don't even think you had enough time to get you. You're like a Doogie Howser nurse practitioner.
Thank
How
you.
many kids do you have?
I have 2.
2 children.
Yes.
Okay. And are you here in Walkersville, or you're just outside in another part of Frederick?
I'm not quite far from here. I'm like 10 minutes away.
Oh.
I live in Newmarket.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely. Excellent area.
Mhm.
Do you specialize in anything in particular? How does a nurse practitioner work? Do you select a specialty, or
So
you?
yes, I do select my own.
Okay.
And it depends on everybody's
Sure.
preferences. So I'm a adult gerontology nurse practitioner, meaning I see from adolescent upward. So I see from age 18 for my
Okay.
practice to 100 and whatever.
Right. So not pediatrician,
Not
not
pediatrician.
young kids,
Yeah.
but and I tell you, when kids turn 18 and then all the way up to geriatrics, it's so
Yeah.
important to
It's
have
important.
somebody that they can see regularly.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, is there anything you're seeing medically with anyone right now that you think, this is a really important time for people to get in to see you?
Absolutely. And thank you so much for asking that. There's a lot of patients, the population, you have a lot of older adults dealing with one chronic illnesses or the other. And since I've been here, there's a lot of things one common thing that I've heard from most of the patients is it's always busy to get somebody in the, TJ.
Yes.
It's always busy. Doctors have months of appointments out there.
Right.
And there is I want to see my doctor within a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm able to do that. So I'm here. And the one major thing that I love about this location and also what I do in terms of preventive medicine,
Yes.
helping patients who are dealing with different chronic illnesses,
Yes.
depression, and all that is the rewarding part of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm part of their journey.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm here for you.
Of course.
We're gonna work this together.
Yeah.
And, it gives me joy. So that is
Yeah.
one thing that stood out. for
That
me.
is one. That's
Yeah.
got to be worth every minute you spent in schooling to
Yeah.
get there for sure.
Absolutely.
And I've been talking a lot about being more holistic.
Mhm.
All of us. I think when we look at social media today, we see the foods issue and we see what processed foods are doing to
Right,
people, whether
right.
it's type 1 diabetes
Or
in young
type 2,
people,
yeah.
or is it type 2?
Type 2.
Type
Mhm.
2 diabetes, right? Which is the one you kind of inflict on yourself, right?
Mhm.
With your sedentary lifestyle, and eating
Absolutely.
not the
Absolutely.
greatest foods.
Yeah.
And Frederick offers such a wealth of fresh produce and fresh foods that we can access.
Yeah.
As somebody who practices medicine and sees the kind of chronic illnesses,
Yeah.
do you feel like we can turn these things around pretty quickly? We just have to change a few things?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that is one thing I majorly emphasize with every patient. Of course, each one of them is different. You
Sure.
see a lot of people with different background and struggle with how do I manage my income to get the
Yeah.
right food, because that
Yeah.
is a major
Yeah.
issue.
Sure.
And now groceries not playing.
No.
So
No.
but basically we are whole product of what we eat.
Yeah.
That is just
Yeah.
the truth. So I'm gonna share an example for you. So let's say a patient's A1C is like in the pre-diabetic state. You're not 100% type 2 yet.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm not gonna push you to start medication. We're like, okay, look, we can reverse this
yeah.
with lifestyle modification.
Yeah.
We can reverse it when you change your eating habit.
Yeah.
We can reverse it when you exercise more.
Yeah.
When you do all this life modification, let's try that and be more intentional about it.
Yeah.
Come back in 3 months. Let's do your lab and
Yeah.
see where we are.
And that's great because I think a lot of complaints are, there are some doctors where it's the prescription medicine pads come out and that's the first thing. And I
Yeah.
think, I get it. Look, there's got to be a balance between getting
Me too.
things under control
Absolutely.
and controlling what's happening with your bodies. And I think it's
Absolutely.
great that you take that time
Yeah,
to
educate
work with
them.
your
Yeah.
patients on that.
Right.
Yeah.
And even with blood pressure, I encourage and I also educate my patient. When you're on blood pressure medication, if you're not doing every other thing that will help the medication to work, you're wasting time. Because if you're still high in sodium,
Yeah.
you're just taking
It's
the
not the
medication. It's
cure-all,
not gonna help.
right?
So you
Yeah.
have to cut down all those salty food. You know?
Yes.
Just like the same thing with cholesterol. You cannot just be taking the medication and you still eating
Yeah.
bad. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to balance the two out.
Nothing is the cure-all,
Nah.
right?
Mhm.
You are the cure-all.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole Ozempic thing, right?
Absolutely.
You can't keep eating the way you're eating and
It-
just think it's going to solve everything. This
Right.
is why we see people who are
Right.
not healthy,
Yeah.
and even though they may be losing weight.
Right.
So, yeah.
And just to piggyback on the Ozempic, I know I've encountered a lot of people that they did all this lifestyle modification, but it's just difficult for them to keep the weight off.
Mm.
So those will like, okay, let's work with the goal that you want to set. So this is
Right.
now, what do you want your ideal weight goal to be?
Right.
And then we guide you on how you be on any of the GLP-1 to achieve that.
Right.
Once you're able to achieve that, maintenance is what you need. You don't need to be on the medication for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
because you can discipline yourself. You can be more
Yes.
intentional about the diet.
Takes
and
a
all
little
that.
bit of work,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no magic
Yeah.
pill.
Because you still
As
have
much
to
as
do
we'd
your
love to
work
believe
anyway.
it.
Absolutely.
Right.
You still have to do the
Exactly.
work. Yeah.
Exactly. So if somebody wants to contact you, we'll make sure your information is on screen.
Absolutely.
Do you have the capacity, I'm taking it, to take on new patients?
Oh yeah,
and-
we are taking new patients.
Okay. New
We're
patients.
fairly new.
Encouraged.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We're fairly new. We're just like 2 years and a few months.
Okay.
By June of this year will be 3 years
Oh,
here.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
So, because the whole doctoring thing, all
Yeah.
that schooling, now you're a business owner, really.
Yeah.
You have to learn all that
Yeah,
too, right?
It's a whole lot of learning. Sometimes I stumble. I'm like, this is what I didn't learn this in school. So I'm making calls, checking with my colleagues that have been in the practice on their
Yeah.
home before me, just
Yeah.
to have an idea of how do you do this when you fall into this. This is not medical. This is now business.
Right,
aspect of-
right. The
Yeah.
medical stuff you got
Yeah, I
down
got that
pat.
one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll help you. I'm happy to
Thank
offer
you.
any resources I can as
Thank
well.
you.
Dr. A is available here. It is Walker's
you.
Village Way in Walkersville, mercyseatmedical.com.
Yes.
Mercy Seat. Did you decide that name? Why?
So no, actually, it's not the I decide the name. It's not like Bunmi Clinic.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
So I when I was praying about it,
Oh.
and then I was studying my Bible with my family, and then I was in the book of Genesis, and I'm reading when God told Moses to build the mercy seat, and I'm like, mercy seat is just consistent in this verse. God, what are you saying? And then we're like, okay, this is the name of the practice. So when the history behind is just the name of God.
Yeah.
And this is where God meets his people to take care of them.
Well,
Yeah.
on that note,
Yeah.
yes, what better way, right? Dr. A can help you with anything that you have going on. 18 and above is her
Yeah.
specialty, and you can reach out to her. mercyseatmedical.com.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
it was
you
a
so much.
pleasure.
Thank you
We're
so
so
much.
glad you're here in the
Thank
community.
you so much for having me.
Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And like I said, she's got lots of availability right now. It's fairly new practice. So if you want to get an appointment within 48 hours, maybe your doctor is very booked up and not a lot of opportunities. You don't have to sit in the office waiting just come in and we'll squeeze you in, and 3 hours later you're still sitting there. She's got availability. mercyseatmedical.com. All right, one more quick break. We're going to come back with Gail from the Maryland Lottery with 2 Frederick County artists whose art is appearing on a scratch-off. That's kind of cool. We'll be back right after this.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
All right. I got a chance to meet the winners of the Maryland Treasures Art Contest with the Maryland Lottery. Gail brought them in, and here they are. Well, exciting things always happening with the Maryland Lottery. And we've got Gail visiting us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Okay. This is so exciting. First of all, we always talk about how Frederick, first of all, we're really lucky. We have a lot of winners in and around Frederick County, which is awesome. And now we're really lucky because we got 2 local artists featured in it's called the Maryland Treasures lottery scratch off, right?
Yeah. So very cool. I can tell you all about it.
Yes, let's do. Let's do.
So we held a contest last year for the first time where we asked local artists to submit artwork that showcased the state of Maryland. And we picked 4 pieces of art. We received around 2,200.
That's nuts. So many.
That's so many.
Did you expect so many?
I don't think so. I didn't. So artists were allowed to submit up to 5 pieces. So there were 700 artists.
Okay.
And around 2,200 pieces. And there were a panel of lottery employees. I was not on the panel.
Yeah, I was going to say. That would have been a horrible decision to make.
I bet. And they went through and judged them all and came up with 4. And like you said, 2 of them are from Frederick County.
Yeah. So the ones that we're not talking to today, we got Courtney, who's from Timonium,
Right.
who did this really cool horse. It looks like acetate, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. And each artist recorded a little video, which you can see when you go to the website, of course, mdlottery.com/Maryland-treasures. We're going to talk with Julia in a little bit. She is from Frederick. And we have Gia, who is from Mount Airy. They're both in studio today. And we're going to get their stories on how they found out about this and their artwork. But Kevin is from Columbia. He did really cool, the Bay Bridge as well. It's awesome.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah, really cool. Now, the scratch off is available now. It was available March 20th, I think. And you can win anywhere between $2,000 and $1,000.
Up to 10,000.
Oh, 10,000.
Yeah, top prize is 10,000. There are 5 of those, and then there's a bunch of other prizes.
Oh, right,
2
of
and
course,
1,000.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10,000 would be nice on a $2 scratch.
Definitely.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So now this is the second year you guys have done this?
This is the first year.
We've
never
ever
held a contest like this before. So
Wow.
we've had Maryland themed tickets and things like that, but nothing like this.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys will do this again.
I
This
hope
seems
so.
Very popular.
Popular and fun, and it's great to be able to showcase local artists.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Maryland Lottery scratch-offs always make a great gift, but this one in particular, these are just gorgeous. And we have some we're going to be giving away, so you want to stay tuned to that. But you can see some of the pictures here. They're really pretty. I might want to, if you frame them, though, should you scratch first? Yeah, they're really, really nice. Really great scratch off.
Since it's only $2 each, if you wanted to spend $8, you could get one of each.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah, really, they did a great job. And it really is little pieces of artwork right on there. And we're going to make sure you know how to enter. Of course, you can text lottery. No, you got to text scratch off, not lottery, because they freak out on the text. Text scratch off to 888-465-2944, and you'll get a chance to win these. We'll bring up Julia first, and we'll talk with her about her artwork. All right. So we've got one of our local artists from Frederick, Maryland, which is so exciting. She is Julia Chiplis from Frederick. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am excellent. Okay, your bio says you graduated from Rhode Island School of Design, so I guess you've been doing this for a little while.
Yes. Let's see, what else have I been doing? So I worked in New York City for a while. I was a textile print designer.
Holy cow.
Segued into packaging and graphic design. Then moved here to Frederick, where I had a pretty big career change. Now I'm a children's librarian, but I still make time to draw and do art.
Of course you do. Okay, first of all, I know this has nothing to do with the lottery, and we love the Maryland Lottery.
Right.
We're here to talk about those beautiful Maryland Treasures scratch-offs, but I got to bring you back one day to figure out how art gets on textiles. That fascinates me when I look at a really cool shirt or a really cool design, and I think, how the heck do they do this? But we'll have you back on another day for that.
Sounds good.
But really exciting, and that's awesome. First of all, how did you end up here in Frederick?
For work, for my husband's job, basically.
Yeah.
And, being originally from Maryland, we did want to come back and be closer to family. So all of the pieces of the puzzle just kind of magically came together.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. And your artwork and first of all, your art has been in a lot of different places, which is very, very, it's got to be kind of exciting. You're creating something. And now with this Maryland Treasures, it is featured on this really cool scratch off. And you chose Ocean City.
Yes.
Do you guys go down to Ocean City a lot?
Yeah.
It definitely was a childhood thing for me in particular to go down to Ocean City. You did kind of the beach and the pier and part of the boardwalk. How did you find out about this entry competition, contest, whatever you want to call it?
Scrolling Instagram.
Yeah.
Algorithm fed me this post for this competition, and I wanted to make sure it was legit, so I clicked around.
Yeah.
I did my research, and it checked out. So then I was like, you know what, this is why not? I'll go ahead and put an image together and send it off and see what happens.
So did you didn't have anything pre-prepared? You actually created this specifically for this contest?
Correct.
That's really wild. And did you go to Ocean City to do it? Do you look at a photo? What is your process for this?
For this one in particular, I think I had been to Ocean City and the general beach area earlier in the summer. So I was like, let me, kind of remember what happened.
Yeah.
And think about where iconic landmarks are and just what kind of scene I wanted to set. And I thought about my own memories of crazy high school days down there, and then my more recent tamer memories with my family. And so that's what this image is. It's on the more, serene side of Ocean City, where the sun is coming up or coming down. It's a beautiful golden, dusky, beautiful landscape.
Do you have a certain, because I saw, first of all, there's the artist spotlight. You can actually watch it at mdlottery.com under Julia's bio and everything there. I love that you're at the creek with the boats on the creek, which is iconic for Frederick, of course. Do you have a certain style in your illustrations or your artwork, or do you just kind of go with whatever is happening?
I guess stylistically, I currently draw digitally, but the overall effect is more of kind of a pastel. Pastel look.
You do everything digitally on a iPad sort of sketch thing. How do you do that?
So I use a stylus. I use a Wacom tablet, and then I draw on a tablet, which is then the lines are translated onto the computer, and you can draw in different styles. I guess that's the best way to say. You could draw a watercolor painty kind of line, or a pastel line, or
that's so fascinating. Did you start with paper and brushes?
Yes.
So what was that transition like to a digital format?
Long and involved, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of self-taught as far as the digital aspect goes, but after honing my skill set digitally, it at the moment is much easier because I can just bring my laptop around with me. It's portable. I don't need a studio. I don't, need the space or make a mess or anything like that. But I mean, I do miss painting, especially large scale, 4 feet by 4 feet.
Totally understandable.
So someday I'll get back to that.
Yeah, that's wonderful though. Well, congratulations. Out of over 2,000 entries, you were one of 4. We're so proud that you're from Frederick. Can't wait for you to continue creating. I think this is what makes our community so great. And congratulations again. You got a nice little stipend or a little payment for your artwork. Each of the artists received $4,000, I think I read correctly. And yeah, we'd love to see. Are you working on any other projects right now?
Not at the moment, just doodling.
Yeah.
Pretty much nothing big yet.
Yeah. Well, I
Yes,
love it.
it's
Well,
cute.
this is Julia's artwork here on the left. It is the Ocean City Boardwalk and the pier. Really wonderful. Thank you so much again for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Our second local artist from Mount Airy is Gia Coakley. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. This is so exciting and wonderful. I mean, what was it like when you found out your art was one of the 4 chosen out of over 2,000?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was about 4:00 and I kept checking my email all day and I was like, I didn't get it. And I was like walking around Walmart and I'm like, well, I didn't get it. And then I just happened to reload my email one more time and it popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, just so taken aback. I called my sister. I think we probably screamed on the phone for like 5 minutes. We were just so excited.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much fun. Just a really cool experience to just, I don't know, to have your art seen by so many people.
Yeah.
To be chosen out of so many entries. So
Yeah.
really cool.
I really love this. Okay. So how long have you lived in Mount Airy?
My whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, born and raised.
Nice. Excellent. And you're self-taught.
Yeah.
How has that happened?
I don't know. I took some classes in high school and I never formally went to school for art. Sometimes I wish I had because it's, but I paint at my kitchen table. I picked up watercolors and just started painting and really enjoy it. And yeah, so that's what I do. I'm so passionate about it. It brings me so much joy.
Oh, well, that is, look, any hobby that you have or anything you spend time doing, we know how therapeutic art is. You are a geriatric occupational therapy assistant, so you're already spending your day kind of helping other people. I'm sure sometimes coming home and winding down and painting is such a nice way just to kind of lose yourself in the moment.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All right. So you decided this looks like some iconic images of Maryland with the blue crab and the heron. And I'm assuming, what was your inspiration for your piece?
Well, my grandparents lived on the Eastern Shore, and so I spent so much time going and visiting them all through my childhood, any time of the year. It very quickly became my happy place. I still like to go there just to find peace.
Yeah.
It's so soothing there. So, and my grandma actually used to write me letters and she would name the birds.
Oh, wow.
So she would send me so many letters. And so I was like, this is kind of an ode to my grandparents in a way. It's just a special place to me. And I just wanted it, it holds a lot of nostalgia. I wanted people to feel that when they looked at it. So I put in the heron and the crab and just really warm colors, just a nice, people to feel at peace when they look at it.
It really does. It actually gives me a feeling of, it's very, very nostalgic looking. It is a warm feeling. I love it. Your other artwork is phenomenal that they were showcasing on this artist spotlight, which you can see mdlottery.com under the Maryland Treasures section. This is so exciting. I hope that they continue to do this. Like I said, I think that these are so beautiful, the prints, that you're almost going to want to save them. And how many have you guys purchased so far? I didn't ask Julia this. Have you purchased a bunch?
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, we went and my husband was like, let's just buy a bunch. And so we did. And then I went with my friend the other day and we just went together. And it's just so cool. It's really cool to see your artwork just out there for everybody. I've never had that experience before, so it's just a really awesome opportunity.
Now, do you freak out like when people scratch on top of it? I'd be like, oh my gosh, now you can't see anything.
I bought a couple and I scratched a couple and then I have one. But I think from what I was told was that you can just scratch at the bottom there and then you can use a QR code, I think.
Yes, you scan your ticket. So if you don't want to deface the whole thing, a little pro tip, there is a little thing called the prize check at the bottom. And when you scan, you can scratch just that off. And when you go to a Maryland Lottery like machine at your grocery stores or Walmart or whatever, and you can scan it, it's going to tell you if you're a winner or not. That way you don't have to deface the whole thing. But I say buy a couple extra, save one. But it could be the winner, and then that would drive me crazy thinking I may have won $10,000 and I've just got to save. So just scratch off where it says prize check, take it. Oh, actually, if you download the Maryland Lottery app, which I have on my phone, you can scan your ticket right from your phone, see if you're a winner, and that saves you that, oh my gosh, I might have the winning one and I didn't scratch it. So, and then you don't have to ruin the beautiful artwork that they have. Gail, these are limited? Are these limited? How long will they be out? Okay, so I was just, Gail's in studio here still, so we were just asking. So these will be available until the top prize is won. So whenever that is, but I say go get them right now. Go to your Maryland Lottery outlet. You can buy them from the machines. Are they available too, Gail? The machines everywhere the lottery is sold. So head to a bunch of different places here in Frederick. Frederick is very lucky. Sheets on Buckystown Pike. I know we've got a bunch. Mount Airy has won a few times. So stop at all the places where Maryland Lottery is sold. It's a $2 ticket, can win you $10,000, but you're going to get this great artwork. And if you text right now, scratch off to 888-465-2944, you're going to win this pack that Gail left for us to give away. Gia, thank you so much for being so creative, adding beauty to our county. We're so glad that you're part of Maryland and showcasing our area so beautifully. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So great. So great. All right. I got to take one more quick break. Then we're coming back with Monica Rose, who is an animal communicator and psychic. See what she's got to say about my animals. Goodness gracious. Right after this.
Sponsored by Maryland Lottery. Tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like big money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you can download the app and scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
All right, here she is, Monica Rose.
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. All right, so tell me a little bit about, why don't we talk a little bit, just introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll go into what you know about my crazy animals.
Yeah, that sounds great. So my name is Monica Rose. I'm a medium, animal communicator, and psychic, and I'm based in the Frederick area.
Yeah, that is awesome. And so how long have you actually been doing readings, and have you always focused specifically on animals?
I started out with animals. That was my first experience of realizing, oh, I can do this. Psychic communication is real. And so that was about 5 years ago. And so I stuck with animals for a little bit, and then developed into mediumship and psychic work, and now trance healing and trance mediumship. But I really love the work with the animals. It's so close to my heart.
Phenomenal. All right. So tell me, I sent you some pictures. I sent you a picture of our cat, Remy, and our dog, Callie.
I actually feel like Remy has a little bit of a stronger personality, and would be the one who wants to come.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew that would happen. So you proved that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, he is dominant.
Yeah. And Callie, she's kind of standing off to the side a little bit. I feel such a sweetness and a softness from her. But Remy's actually letting Callie go first. So we're going to
okay. That's
just
funny.
go ahead and see what Callie would like to share. And just to be clear, so Callie's a female and Remy's a male.
Correct.
Okay. So again, just as I connect more with Callie, I do feel just such a sweetness, such a, there's a feeling of her as being like really a cuddle bug, somebody who really loves to be with her people, to be close to her people. And Dani, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but let me know what makes sense and what doesn't. If something doesn't make sense, I can just go back to your animals and get clarity on that. Some of this it's not a science, it is an art, and it's like putting together pieces.
Understand.
So, okay, perfect. but yeah, she really feels like such a homebody, and I just get such a feeling again of like snuggles and cuddles, and she likes to be in like big warm beds and pillows and blankets around her and that type of thing. Does that make sense to you?
100%. Yes.
Okay. And she is a little bit more timid. I feel like she can sometimes be a little bit more nervous and shy and
Yes.
anxious. Yeah. And she's often looking to you. And do you have a husband also?
Mm-hmm.
So she's often looking to both of you for like guidance or confidence, or
Yeah.
you might be on a walk and she might get a little freaked out, and she would be looking up at one or both of you to say, is this
Yes.
okay? Are we okay? And she's acknowledging too with you, she really admires your confidence. It's almost like there's a way that she's learning from you and the way that you
Oh.
carry yourself in the world. And again, yeah, that confidence, that strength, that feeling of being comfortable in the places you go. It's like
Yeah.
she gives me this feeling of like, oh, wow, like look at mom.
Oh.
Just such a feeling of admiration around that. And she says too, she really loves your laugh. She gives me this feeling of like a really loud laugh, like from the belly, just loud. And there's some feeling of that of like, whereas like with people, when they hear a loud laugh like that, it might be activating. For her, when she hears it, it's like kind of calming. It's just like mom's laughing, she's feeling good, and that really helps her to relax and to know that everything's okay and safe.
Yeah.
And she's very gentle with kids too. Would you know this? Has she been around kids at all?
She's very tolerant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a young niece who loves her and kind of, chases her around and wants to. Yeah.
She's showing me like pulling on her ear a little bit, and kind of messing with her a little bit. But yeah, she takes it all in stride. She doesn't get bothered by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She has issues with the car, so we'd have to figure that out. But
okay. Oh, do you want to? Let's see what she says about that.
yeah.
Yeah, she's just giving me the feeling right now of like, oh, the stress and tension of being in the car. But let's see. I feel like she gets very nauseous, and I don't know if you would know if like even as a puppy, if she would maybe have gotten car sick or something. But there is kind of a feeling of like potentially those experiences are still with her, where she still gets nervous of like, oh no, am I going to be sick?
Yeah. So it's very interesting that you say that, because we adopted her when she was about 4 months old, and I adopted her from a shelter or a rescue that brought animals up from the South. Okay. And when they said they were transporting her, I envisioned a van. And it was a literal tractor trailer that was full of dogs that had been like when they opened the door, the loudness of the noise, and she was just a baby. Like, and I think that literally traumatized her forever. Like we tried to take her places a lot when she was young, and that ride, we could never get her relaxed enough. So yeah,
because she was immediately tracing it back to something that happened when she was a baby. But let's see if there's any ideas she has, anything that might help her feel more comfortable. Yeah, she definitely gives me a feeling of like, I just see her putting pause over pause, and she's kind of like giving me this feeling of like she's not really an adventure pup, so she doesn't need to be in the car. She doesn't want to be in the car.
No, in fact, I make sure the groomer comes to us. That's
really. She's giving me a big thumbs up with that. Yeah, she really, really appreciates that. She does suggest, again, I do feel like avoiding car rides to the extent possible would be fine for her, but obviously we do need to take our dogs with us some places. So the first thing she is recommending is if you could just play like very soft, kind of calming music on the car ride, because if things get too loud, it just kind of like adds to her stress and tension. So something calming to play that would be helpful. And then she is also showing me almost like clasping the collar to something, like something connecting her to the car seat, so she feels a little bit more like safe and rooted.
Oh, okay.
I don't get a sense she's flying around, but it's almost like psychologically
she feels
So whether it's like I think there's some like beds you can put in the car that have like a loop you can attach to the collar. So something like that'll just help her feel more comfortable. And then the last thing she's saying too is before the ride and during the ride, if you could just be very positive and encouraging and telling her, you're so brave, this car is going to be fantastic, you're going to be feeling great, like just really hype her up and give her kind of a boost of confidence. She says that that would be really helpful too. But not to feel like you need to pressure her or push her to do car rides. Yeah, that she'll
she loves getting in and out. Like there is no like she's never forced in or out. She'll jump right in, but immediately she starts excessive drooling. So it's really, I know she's nervous. So yeah.
So the first thing Kelly said was more treats, please. I don't know.
She is a treat hog.
Sometimes,
because I give her a treat every time she comes in from going out, and sometimes she'll just go out to go to the end of the patio and come back in. So yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, and she feels like she gives me this feeling like she feels especially deserving of a treat because she's made this appearance. Like she's giving me this sense of like she's famous now because she's had a chance to, you know, communicate on your show and be on your show.
Oh
so
yes.
Like, oh, okay. So big treats after this for
big
Kelly.
Treats for sure.
And she's really excited about the weather getting warm. So I do feel like she likes to be outside. Do you have a backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves the backyard and everything. So yeah, she feels very happy. She says, you know, no complaints, feeling very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna switch over to Remy now. Okay, Remy, and I know Remy, you know, I've seen the pictures of them. Remy is a black cat, but it's so interesting because he actually gives me this Black Panther feeling about him. It's like, it's the sense of that almost like he feels himself to be much bigger than he is and much more powerful than he is, if that makes sense to you.
That makes 100% of sense.
Yeah. And he feels very wise. Like he has this deep intelligence, and sometimes he feels like people don't always understand or respect that in him. But there's a way that even like he carries himself that would let you know, like this is an animal who knows himself, who knows the world. Yeah, if he was a human, it's like just a very deep thinker, somebody who would be reading books and everything. And he shows me too, it's like he's always paying attention to everything that's happening in your house and with everybody in the house. Like he likes to keep tabs on what's going on.
Yes, he does.
And I do feel he can be very sneaky. Like he'll kind of creep up on you where you might not realize, and then all of a sudden he's right there. And he kind of likes to do this sneak attack and freak you guys out a little bit. Is that? Yeah. And he shows me kind of like a playful relationship with Callie. He kind of shows me himself like booping her on the nose and then running away.
I call it the bap baps. Stop pap papping her. Yeah, exactly. He does though. He does. That's very funny.
And he says too that there's something new that you're moving towards in your own. This feels like a career, professional life thing. That there's something new that you've been kind of thinking about building towards. Something new that's opening. I don't know if does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's a way that he's kind of supporting you energetically and bringing this to life. And there's a piece, it's really interesting. So he's saying that some part of what you're working on and bringing to life does require you to be more grounded. So there is some feeling of like, more like one-on-one time. For some people, this might be sitting in meditation. It could just be, you know, taking time not to go out to that event or to talk to that person or whatever, just a little bit more time in your own energy, in your own bubble. For this idea and for whatever this next step is to really be able to build in you. Because he's showing me the grounding, but then the next piece is like, as you do that, then the expansion comes from that. And so even right now, it might feel like you're in a little bit of I never like the word stuck, but like in like a little bit of a plateau right now. But it is just kind of like this holding calibration period you're in right before things are gonna start to ramp up soon. And he just wants you to know that you can handle it. You can handle anything, and you can handle, you know, what is coming, what you're building, what you've been working towards, and the ways that you're gonna continue to show up for others and impact people's lives. But there is some shift. So he's just giving me a sense of wanting to let you know, like whatever change is coming and whatever does happen, that you can handle it. You will be fine, more than fine. Okay. And do you have any questions for Remy?
Callie sleeps with me every night. So she is my cuddle. She curls right in my little spot, and literally it's like sleeping on a twin with her, even though I have a king size bed. But recently Remy comes up on the other side of me. So now they squeeze me in. He's on one side, constantly looking at her, giving her the side eye, and she's on the other side. And I just thought that was really interesting. Like they don't sleep together yet. I don't know if they ever will, because I do think he thinks he's much bigger than she is. He definitely rules the roost, but it's just really interesting that he now does that. And it's funny because I play with him every morning, and that is literally like, that is my meditative time. Like in the mornings, as soon as I wake up, he hops up on the sink, I give him water. And then we play. He's got these little toys that I throw, and he chases and retrieves and stuff, which is so fun. But it really is. It's like, that is my kind of recharge time with him. But it's very funny.
Yeah. He was showing me, Remy, part of the reason that he is sleeping with you now, it's not actually about feeling more comfortable with Callie, though he is feeling more comfortable with Callie. But actually when he's sleeping, and so he showed me, there's a way, and again, with what we were talking about before, there's a way he's working with you energetically. And so when you go to sleep and he's right there near you, he's actually able to kind of facilitate this energy going towards you much more easily. And I do feel like, and you said it kind of like behind you, I do feel like a lot of this is going to your heart, the energy. So I don't know if that's kind of directly where he's laying. But
it is.
But this
way,
right.
Yeah.
That he can really facilitate, because it is almost this opening of the heart. And not to say that your heart's not open, I can very much say that it is, but there is just some aspect of this that he's working on kind of a deeper energetic level.
That's wild.
So it's giving me chills. So
because if I'm laying on my side with Callie kind of in near my stomach or whatever, he'll hit me on the head. Like he'll pat me on my hair, and then I kind of roll over on my back, and he will literally curl up right on my chest and just sleep in kind of the crack of my arm for a little while. And then it's too much for him sometimes, and he'll just hop down and do what he does at night. But that's, he definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah. He says it's not too much for him, that what's happening when he leaves is that he's like, the energy healing is done. Like he's done what he needs to do with you. So it's like, okay, great. Now I'm going to go do my own thing.
Yeah. That's wild. I love it. I love it. Ask him. He got out of the house, and I had about 30 hours of sheer panic. And I used these people that I know that help return domestic animals home. I did all the things, and my brother and I literally were 12 hours just out looking, and he finally came back home. Can you ask him about that?
Yeah, let's see. He gives me like a very mischievous, like, rubbing his hands together. This definitely feels like it was something he had planned to do, but let's see why. He shows me, so there are two things happening, but what his experience was and what your experience was. He shows me your experience, like your family's experience, that it was almost an experience of coming together. He's showing me like hands clasped together, that some part of this was to almost deepen the connection, or show you or affirm that, like, in these difficult moments, your family is there, that people show up, that they care, that they support you. And I don't feel like this is actually just for you. I feel like it was anyone in your family who was involved in this was experiencing this feeling of like, we all come together when it's important and it matters. For you specifically, though, there was an experience of fear, of course, that came up for you, that he's showing me. And it's interesting because I actually just had this come up in a reading the other week. For the first time, an animal told me that sometimes they'll do things to provoke emotions in people, because the emotion basically just needs to move through the person, because it might be related to something in the past that they didn't fully experience. And so they're offering this new experience. So he's showing me, he's connecting to that of like, this fear needed to move through you. It was obviously connected to this situation, but it was also holding on and carrying with it things from past situations to be released. But let me see what exactly he was doing on his. He's just so casual about it. He's like, I just wanted to explore, walk about. I'm an independent guy, like no big deal. Like he just wanted to again, this panther feeling, like he just was like, yeah, I can do this. It's not, he doesn't see himself as a cat. He didn't feel threatened. He didn't feel unsafe at any point. It was like, yeah, I'm just going to leave home for a little bit and go do what I want to do. And when he came back, it was almost like the level of stress he was kind of surprised by, like, oh, didn't mean to get people that upset. Like,
that's very funny.
Yeah, it tells me it's both. He felt your relief, but also I think kind of unexpectedly for him, because he does feel so independent, there was this realization of, oh, it is really nice to have family and to have home, and to have this safety and comfort. Because he does project a lot of, bravado and everything. So, but in that moment, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
But he says he has no plan.
Tell him not to do that anymore.
Yeah. I don't think
I tell him I ordered him an outdoor plaything that's fully enclosed. It's coming this week. So yeah.
Okay, he gave me like so much excitement around that. I could feel chills going through my whole body, and just like so much. Yeah, so that's a huge thumbs up. He's very excited about that, because there was something about being outside that he did.
Oh, he loves. He sits in the windows. He looks outside. I always open the windows so he can sit at the screens. He definitely loves outside. Every time the screens are open, he's right there. So I will get him his little catio plate. It's on its way. So that's funny. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, look, I mean, I think, it's, what you guys do. This is such a gift. And it's, I love my animals, and I want them to feel comfort and security and all those things. But it is funny because they have quirks, and you're just trying to figure out like how you're trying to navigate. And, I always felt like with Callie and Remy, I didn't want her to feel less than, or that we're having this intruder in the house. But it's good to know that they're living in peace together, even though she gets bullied a lot. But
yeah, she's very calm about it.
Good. That's really, that's amazing. That's really good. Yeah. You're phenomenal. I think it's really such a gift that you have, and really appreciate it. Okay, so shifting a little bit to if other people, because you can do this anywhere. Obviously, we're not in the same room. I sent you some photos, but that was it, really. How do people reach out to you? What do they do? And I'm assuming as well you can communicate with animals that are no longer with us, obviously with Bernie as well. So what can people do if they want to understand more about what their animals are thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. So my website is monicarosepsychic.com, and you can book a reading on there. I also have a free guide on what to expect in a reading. I started this work 5 years ago. I had no idea about animal communication or mediumship or psychic anything. So I really pulled together that guide to help people kind of understand and get the most value out of their session. So that's a really helpful place to start. And yes, I can speak with animals who are in spirit, animals who are alive, obviously. And I find these sessions can be so helpful. Like a lot of times, we have questions about why is our animal doing this thing? How do they feel about this thing that I'm doing? And so it can be so helpful to just be able to get insights into that. As a lot of people will come to me with their animals having behavioral issues, and they've been to the vet and they've been to the trainers, and they're kind of at their wits' end about what to do. And other times it's just to really deepen their connection with their animals. Like the first animal communication reading I received, I was so blown away, and I felt like I was looking at my dog completely differently from that point on, that they are a soul being with their own opinions and preferences and feelings about everything. And then I also offer mediumship readings, so connecting in with loved ones in spirit. And then I also offer what I call open readings. And so in that space, we open it up again. Loved ones in spirit can come in, animals can come in, or guides, your higher self, angels, really anything and anyone who has messages that would be for your greatest and highest good. So it's a little bit more of like a soul to soul or psychic reading, but can also include mediumship and animal communication. And then I also do angels and ancestors oracle card readings. That's just one of my favorite decks of oracle cards that I've been using, and the messages are so profound, and it's really nice to have that kind of visual to accompany those. So so that's an option as well. But yeah, just connecting people to the reality that we are eternal soul beings, that there's so much magic in this universe that I wasn't even aware of. And, just helping to soften people's grief and to deepen their connection to their animals, and ultimately to deepen their connection to themselves, and give them clarity on their own path in this life, because it can be very confusing and difficult.
Yeah. So MonicaRosePsychic.com. Now, do you do any of this in person as well, or mostly remote? Obviously, if people aren't in the location.
Yeah, mostly remote, but I did start last year doing, and these were virtual, but some group readings. So, if people are ever interested in a group reading and you have a location or a venue, I'm happy to come and, do a few animal communication readings, or do a few psychic readings, or whatever might be of interest to people.
When did you realize you had this gift? What is your first memory of kind of, and was it nerve-wracking or comforting, or a little both?
Well, I do want to say that everybody can do this. So even you, Dani, you're an animal communicator also. We all have this innate ability to communicate with animals. And if you have an animal, chances are you're speaking to them, you're communicating to them, and you're also receiving communication, like those moments when you just know that they're thirsty, or you just know that they need you to get their ball from under the sofa. So it's something that actually is natural and instinctive to all of us. It just takes time to develop. So it was really, the first class I took, having this moment of, oh, wow, I can do this. And then just spending, the last 4 or 5 years just really studying and practicing and doing free readings and building up to the point where I felt confident offering it to other people. But it's an incredible realization when you start to receive those messages.
Yeah. And I guess like anything, you have to work it, study it, be passionate about it, and you become better and better. Was there ever a time you did a reading that the person was like, that's not me at all, or that doesn't make sense for me, but maybe it was something else coming through? Or you've always kind of been right in the sense, and it's just, sometimes, like for me, if somebody, the thing I worry about when I, go to a reading, I don't grasp or have memories of a lot of things. And that always makes me nervous, because if somebody comes through and somebody goes, oh, was there somebody in your past that did X, Y, Z? And I think, I don't know, I'm not sure. Right. So that always makes me nervous about, I don't want to make them feel bad. Like it's just, I don't hold on to a lot of those little tiny details. And that to me makes it difficult. But has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially like as I was developing, you get things wrong all the time. Again, this is really because you're receiving information through feeling, seeing, hearing, knowing that just drops in. It's like a whole new language you're learning. So sometimes you misinterpret things or misunderstand things. And that's where I always tell people is just let me know if it's not making sense, because maybe I misinterpreted it. Maybe there's some aspect.
Yeah, it's not as if you're getting verbal cues in your ear, right? Or they're that's totally understandable. And what you might interpret as one thing, we could be something else. I will say this though, this morning, right before I left, knowing that this was going to happen, Callie comes in every day, of course, when I'm in the bathroom or doing whatever. And I put my forehead right on hers. And it's so funny that you said that, looking in her eyes like that, that's kind of our thing. And I always kiss her nose or whatever it is. So it's quite funny that she mentioned that, because that's a thing we do, but it's funny. Yeah,
I love that. And even, some people who are critical of this will be like, if I were to say that Callie likes to catch a ball, they would be like, well, every dog does, but not every dog does.
Oh, no, she does not like to catch a ball. So if you had said that, I play fetch with the cat 100 times more than with Callie. She is not a fetch dog. She is it's funny. Yeah.
And I think like it's important for the client, and also for me, is like when the thing doesn't make sense, that doesn't mean none of it has been true or false. Like sometimes it will make sense later. The first time I ever got a mediumship reading for myself, there was something that it literally took me 10 years to understand what he was referring to. I had taken notes, and then I saw it again 10 years later, and I was like, oh, now I know. So sometimes it takes some time for the pieces to connect. And sometimes some things just maybe won't make sense. And that's okay too. Like the important part is, did you take away something valuable from this? Was it helpful overall? Nobody's perfect. If any psychic or medium or animal communicator tells you they get it right 100% of the time, that's just not possible.
No.
So having a little
sometimes it's not really literal, right? And so what you're seeing, there may be nuance to it. But look, I mean, ultimately, and also I'm so happy I recorded it, because you're giving so much information that I forget, and I want to relish in it. So I'm so happy I have the opportunity to do that. But I think that at the end of the day, it just makes me I'll speak personally, it makes me feel a closer bond to both animals. And how can that be bad, right?
Yeah.
Like, if nothing else, even if things weren't as accurate as they were, I just know that they know that I care for them, love them, and they are my family as my human children and husband and brother and mom are as well in the house. So if it cements that and that's the only benefit, then that's still good. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes it's like it can be a little bit of a therapy session for the animals. You figure the majority of animals have not had a chance to communicate with anybody in this way before. And so sometimes they just really need to express and let some things out and get it off their chest. And so the moments that happens, a lot of times when a dog will share something deeply personal that they've been worried about, then I'll just feel this sigh of relief and them just shaking it off. So it's such a great opportunity to connect more deeply. And even I do a lot of readings for animals who are kind of close to the end of their life. And even myself, my dog passed last year, and a few of my animal communication friends would do readings for me. And it was so helpful to hear different things about, like, she wanted a cheeseburger. Like, I didn't know she would want a cheeseburger. Or she encouraged me to take more pictures of the two of us together. Like, just beautiful things that, our animals can share with us towards the end of their life. And then, of course, when you lose an animal, being able to have the experience of reconnecting with them. And so many of those readings, people are dealing with a lot of grief and guilt around, did I do it right? Was the timing okay? And so just being able to hear from your animal, like, you were more than perfect. Everything happened exactly as it should. And even to hear how they're showing up now, because our animals and our loved ones in spirit, they give us signs. They're around us all the time. And so sometimes people, if they're too lost in grief and guilt, they might not notice that. But then if your cat says, well, I'm, sending butterflies, or in a reading recently, a cat said they were knocking things over. So whatever it might be, but to be able to say, oh, that's what that is. That's what
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's really interesting. Well, I think you're wonderful. And like I said, if you want to maybe reach out, please reach out to Monica, monicarosepsychic.com. You can contact her through her website, or maybe join one of the group sessions, or do a one-on-one. Look, I just think, again, if you walk away and just have that richer relationship with your pet, then there is no harm in that at all. But certainly a lot of the things she said are spot on accurate. So I thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you. And please feel free to come back anytime at all. I'd like to reach out. Maybe we can do something once a quarter. And see, we'll might get some viewers involved as well. I think it would be very cool.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you so much, Dani. I really appreciate this opportunity to just spread the word that this exists. It's real. And I just love to support as many people and animals as possible.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. I know it's Friday. We run a little over, but how interesting is that? If you want to communicate with your pets, you can. MonicaRose.com. All right. Thank you for hanging out for a great show. Show number 497, 3 until 500. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Get out there and enjoy Frederick. And we'll see you right here Monday at 9 a.m. Of course, if you're out and about tomorrow afternoon between 3 and 7, you can listen to me on WFRE as well. And I'll see you right back here, Frederick. Get out there. Let's be great.
This episode is a proud production of the Everything Frederick Live Podcast Network. Your home for Frederick's best podcasts, streaming daily on YouTube. Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash, now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. one on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location, and TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership, and you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.